Israel continues with its relentless offensive in the Gaza Strip. Israeli army has released videos showing escalating ground operations in Gaza. Heavy fighting raging near Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital. Israel claimed that their troops delivered 300 liters of fuel to Gaza's main hospital for urgent medical purposes. They, however, said that Hamas prohibited the hospital from accepting this fuel. Babies have been taken off incubators after power outage and massive attacks from Israeli side. It was reported that the hospital went out of service. Doctors are now manually performing artificial respiration on 36 babies.
The IDF has repeatedly stated, our war is with Hamas, not with the people of Gaza. We're doing everything we can to mitigate harm to civilians and increase humanitarian aid. In the last 24 hours, the IDF has delivered 300 liters of fuel to Shifa Hospital's doorstep. Yet the fuel remains untouched after Hamas threatened hospital staff.
And hospitals are bearing the brunt of the Israel-Hamas war. An Indonesian-funded hospital in Gaza has turned dark after intense Israeli shelling. But doctors there remain on duty. My colleague Rajesh Pawar brings you this ground report.
What you see in the camera in the far distance is a Jabalia refugee camp, and you can see smoke rising out of the buildings there. The buildings in that camp are totally destroyed, but there's continuous firing going on between IDF and Hamas in this area, and we can hear the firing continuously. After every few minutes, there's all this black smoke you see. That is all because of arty firing by IDF in this area. And still we can hear, and we can continuously hear humming of the drone in the sky. There's continuous noise of humming all the time in the sky, and at the same time the IDF is pounding the targets in Jabalia camp. These lights you see in the foreground, they are the lights of Indonesian hospital near Jabalia refugee camp, and you can see the whole area is dark except for this small piece of land which is Indonesian hospital, and it has been allowed to have electricity, and they have not cut off electricity from this hospital, so you can see that. But on both sides, if you see the plumes of smoke, but not over the hospital, and then towards the Jabalia camp, still there are plumes of smoke can be seen in the air, and this area is continuously being bombarded, and we hear artisans landing there after every few minutes. Can you see those three lights in the air? They are the illumination rounds of mortars. These illumination rounds are used to spot targets at night when it is dark. We can hear constant humming of two UAVs, the tiny dots in the sky you can see continuously humming over these targets, and when you fire these illuminating rounds, they illuminate the ground so that these UAVs can identify the targets to be neutralized, and then artillery fire or air fire is directed onto those targets, and that's what we are seeing happening right now. Still there is one illuminating round in the air. You can see it's falling down there, and in last 2-3 minutes this is the fifth illuminating round fired by the IDF mortars on this particular area, which is little west of the Indonesian hospital near Jabalia refugee camp. This is Rajesh Pawar from Gaza-Israel border for India Today.
Rajesh Pawar is getting us more details on that story, joining us from Tel Aviv right now. Rajesh, essentially the video, in fact, of those children that has been doing the rounds is what has been put out. Israel on its part says, we will in fact protect the children, but this particular hospital is where the Hamas has set up an underground tunnel network, and that is something that we are going after.
Very true, Sneha. See, this is a well-known fact that Hamas has been operating from civilian areas, including hospitals, and nothing in this war, like all other wars, nothing can be actually verified. The videos, the photos which come from both sides, they all have a purpose besides showing the truth. Sometimes this is just a part of propaganda or the information warfare, so nothing can be verified as such. But there is no doubt about it that there's a humanitarian crisis in North Gaza, and a lot of civilians have tried to flee North Gaza. In fact, as per reports, more than 100,000 Gazans have already left North Gaza for the safer places in south of Gaza, and IDF is facilitating that. And those corridors for the evacuation of civilians have also been attacked by Hamas, including corridors made for the patients from these 2-3 hospitals where IDF is continuously claiming that they are headquarters of Hamas or some important installations of Hamas.